Hey up everyone, and welcome back to my Final Fantasy XIV Let's Play. So obviously I want to start this video off by saying thank you for the lovely comments that I got. I almost didn't put the video up about Smokey because I was worried that it would end up going to the wrong end of YouTube. And because I know, like, to some people, pet rats, you know, they're just rats. They die, you get another one, so what? It's not a dog. And there's people in my workplace as well that are pretty much the same. Like, some people I know I can tell. There was actually a few people that I did tell, because usually I'm I'm full of banter at work, and if I go quiet and then if I've got people asking, "Oh, what's up with you? What's up with you?" I just end up crying. So I told a few people, but then there are some people at work that I know fine well that literally will not just hold their own issues with certain animals in the world. They won't hold it back just because you feel bad about it. They won't just put that to the side and say, "Oh, sorry for your loss," or whatever. And I've had it before when one of my rats passed away, and somebody at work really upset me. They were like, rather than spending all the money on getting him put to sleep, why didn't you just bash him over the head? Things like that. And so yeah, I was worried about putting that video up, but I thought, I felt the need to explain myself as to why I wasn't posting videos. I didn't want people to think that I just up and left because I got bored or whatever. It was just, I didn't really have the motivation and the emotional space to be able to upload a video. So I'm going to start getting back into it again. I will just be posting for now, just like one video, hopefully one video every night. So tonight is going to be 14, tomorrow will be Skyrim, roughly like that. I mean, I don't, in my description on my channel, I don't say I'm definitely posting on these days, those days. I just post whenever I post for the time being. I do try and get as many videos out as I can, but obviously some days I just can't post, due to work or commitments or whatever, because obviously I have got 2 dogs and one of them is, severely epileptic, so there are times where I've got to focus on him rather than putting a video. I'm not very lucky when it comes to animals at the moment. Right, we'll head on. I'll stop talking and not doing anything, and we'll head over to St. Cornac's Farm, because I do want to get these done before we continue the MSQ, because then we can actually continue the MSQ. So the Smokey, he had about, I think it was 9 months, so June, I think it was June last year, Stealth died, and so technically Smokey would have been an old boy then, like in rat years anyways, so I didn't get another rat friend for him because it'd be so hard to introduce another rat to an elderly rat, because they're just not compatible really. So he was a lone rat. You're not supposed to have lone rats, but he was happy. He got treats, even like sometimes food off my plate. Rats can eat anything. Male rats can't have citrus. I know that male rats can't have citrus stuff. So someone's just knocking at the door. Yeah, it was some kids washing cars, bless them. I've only just had my car washed and it's on charge, so don't really want it disturbed because the alarm goes off. Anyways, yeah, so what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so lone rats. You're not supposed to have lone rats. They like companionship and everything, but Smokey was an old boy, so I didn't really want to stress him out by bringing in a new rat. And he was quite, not fat, but he was big. He was a big lad. He was healthy. I always take my rats like every 6 months or so for a checkup, just to make sure that they are healthy, because there's some things that the vets can listen out for, or check on them. Things that I might miss. So yeah, they always have checkups and stuff. So he's been very healthy. So my mum recently, she says, to be honest, I think that you should get some more. Because I've always got some more. Because she believes that, I look after him really well, and I do get emotionally attached So just, you know, it proves that, you know, I'm willing to do anything to keep them safe and look after them and pain free and everything. So my mum was like, you should get some more rats. So that's what I'm going to do. It's not to replace him, it's just to give the love to. Because normally when a rat passes away, I've got others to focus on. But because he was my last rat, it was just awful, like really awful. It's not nice when the cage is empty. And I even kept, like, before I go to work or go to the shop or anything, I usually always open up my door and just check that they're alright before I leave the house. And I still do that now, and I know that they're not there. So, anyways, I don't get as emotional about it now. So I can carry on with the video. I'm so sorry, I'm just chuntering away again, as I always do. So, Angrahatia. So good of you to join us, Yorkshire. Our meeting would be dull indeed without a full account of your experiences in the labyrinth. Take a moment to collect yourself, and when you are ready, we shall debate how best to proceed. The Fellowship of Noah being accounted for, it is time this assembly was called to order. Rambrose will be presiding over the meeting. If you will be so kind as to inform him of your readiness to proceed. Was my internet going all funny? They just like skipped. Welcome back, Yorkshire. I have just been reading about your encounter in the Labyrinth of the Ancients. It pleases me greatly to note that you seem none the worse for the experience. For your reference, I have added my own notes to Graha's preliminary expedition report and begun compiling a Crystal Tower survey log. The information contained therein will be available for you at all times. Should you have any questions, you need only ask. Now, if there are no objections, I shall begin with a summary of the expedition's key accomplishments. In the course of this, our first foray into the ground of the Crystal Tower, we succeeded in neutralising the structure's outer defences, before proceeding to secure the maze surrounding the base of the spire. According to Yorkshire's account, the labyrinth's defences were most emphatically active. Disturbingly, her report also mentions a violent encounter with a sentry heavily augmented by elegant technology. In short, our misgivings were well founded. The Crystal Tower was not simply thrust above ground by the chaotic shifting of Earth. It has somehow been reawoken. If, as seems increasingly likely, the Tower's secrets should prove too dangerous to share with the world, we will have no choice but to contain them. Short of levelling the place, this will almost certainly involve returning its mechanisms to a state of dormancy. To do that, however, we will first need to address the question of how they work. The answer to which must surely be waiting for us inside the tower itself. In conclusion, that is where we must go. A task rather easier said than done, if the perils of the labyrinth are any indication. Then I move that all further exploration of the tower be delayed until such time as an exhaustive analysis of the structure's defences have been completed. Master Garland, may I entrust this task to you? It would be my pleasure. Don't forget about us. It's like you said, Chief. We founded the ironworks to make sure that technology was used for the right reasons. And that means making sure it's not used for wrong ones. We wouldn't be doing our jobs if we didn't see this through to the end. Lads, well, I hope you're ready for some back-breaking chores. Well, everything seems to be in hand here. I shall take my leave of you for the present. If I am to witness the valiant tale unfold with mine own eyes, I must needs hone my martial skills ere we ascend the spire. You'll do nothing of the sort, Graha. Your knowledge may prove useful to Master Garland's investigation. Oh, I don't think he likes that. Poor Graha. As an observer, I am not, strictly speaking, subject to your authority. Pray do not mistake my intent, Yorkshire. I am well aware that I shall never be matched for one with your innate talents, however hard I train. Be that as it may, pray do not allow your skills to rust from disuse during the coming pause. We will need you fighting fit for our subsequent forays to prove as productive as this one. Mark me, we have not yet caught more than the briefest glimpse of that which has been obscured soon. However, we shall cast off the veil and gaze upon the glory of the Allegan Empire. And with that encouraging thought in mind, it is time to bring this assembly to a close. Let us all focus on the task at hand, that our next expedition may begin all the sooner. Meeting adjourned. And that was that. Anyone figured out who that is yet? Such a terrible mess, yet it does leave the door wide open, so to speak. One cannot help but be impressed. I'm beginning to understand the reliance you place on adventurers, old friend. So, this is the legacy of the Allagan Empire left behind. If my readings are correct, the energy source waited atop the tower is a match for even the ultimate weapon. Nay, more than a match. A new toy for me to play with. Who'd have known, eh? I believe the fates had conspired to deny me my just rewards, once again. But it would seem they had a greater destiny in the mind for me. And so long as my ambition burns, I shall strive to seize it. The dream lives on, Sid. Do not disappoint me. Now we have an identity for the outlandish man. Grand. That took a while, didn't it? I think my internet's playing up. Ah, 'tis you, my friend. You are doubtless eager to hear of our progress on the Crystal Tower. Excellent. I'll be disappointed to hear otherwise. Of course, disappointed is the word of the day, I fear. I'm ashamed to say that there is nothing worthwhile to report. The suns continue to probe the labyrinth of the ancients, and every day brings new discoveries. Alas, the same cannot be said of the Crystal Tower proper. We've not been able to set so much as a single foot inside it. You will recall how the 8 sentinels stood between us and the labyrinth initially. In like manner, the entryway into the principal spire, Syrcus Tower, the Allagans called it, is also protected by technology far more advanced than our own. Sid and I have tried every trick we know, but without success. Frankly speaking, we are at a loss. It is discouraging, but we cannot give up. There must be a way in. We'll find it. And so the situation stands, my friend. Until we gain entry into the tower, I fear your talents shan't avail us. It will require time that I am loath to waste. But I have a mind to set my people to scouring such ancient texts as we have on hand. Perhaps we can be of assistance. And you are... Be at ease, friends, for we share the selfsame goal. I am Unai, and my companion is called Doga. We are scholars of the Allagan civilization, sent by the students of Baldessian to assist in your endeavour. Unai and Doga. Rather unusual names for this day and age, if I might be forgiven for observing, but I digress. You claim to be here at the students' behest, but we have received nary a word from your coming. Moreover, in light of the recent incident at the Isle of Val, I should think that they are rather more pressing concerns. I can only assume that the message failed to reach you due to some mishap. I assure you that we are here to help. What is it, Graha? It is nothing. There was a pain, but it has subsided. Well, well, this is rather unexpected. Your right eye is the same as ours. The same? You have the Allagan eye as well? This sanguine hue is said to be a trait unique to the Allagans, yet I inherited it from my father, as he did from his. Only one child in a single generation is born with the eye. All my life I have ever sought to learn the truth of its manifestation. If there is aught you know, I implore you to tell me. My deepest apologies, but we have no answers for you. Only one thing is certain. Those who possess the trait are bound by fate to Alag. As Uriah has placed you upon the path you walk, so too have we come here to fulfill our destiny. Absurd though it may sound, it is the truth. It seems to me we have naught to lose by accepting their aids. What say you? If that's your wish, then so be it. Yet know that I still mean to verify your story with the students of Baldessian where I am able. I trust there will be no objections. Very well. As of this moment, I name Unii and Doga advisory members of Noah. Without further ado, let us have them examine the Syrcus Tower entrance. I promise you will not have cause to regret your decision. Yorkshire, I shall be much obliged if you were to accompany our new friends to the tower. Biggs and Wedge are presently surveying the 8 sentinels, and the 2 of them can show you the way. Upon arrival, pray report to Master Garland. He will brief you on the situation. I shall join you, Yorkshire. With Unii and Doga's knowledge, along with your uncanny knack for setting events in motion, I am hopeful that we will finally see progress. You best be right, Graha. I ain't got all day. Right then, let's head over. Oh yeah. My internet is definitely playing up. I was already flying before I got my mount underneath me. Alright. It's annoying that you can't fly in here. The 8 sentinels. Well, not anymore, because they're all on floor, aren't they? Well, if it isn't Yorkshire, eager to enter Syrcus Tower and kill everything in sight, no doubt. As I'm sure you've already heard, though, the place is locked up tight as a clam. New friends from the students, you say? Excellent. It's been slow going, or rather, no going, for the chief. He'll appreciate the help. If you'll just follow me, I'll take you to him. Are you scared? Somebody say something then. Too quiet. Ah, some old faces to lift the spirit, and a couple of new ones besides. Allow me to introduce Unii and Doga. They are scholars of ancient Alag, sent here by our friends of Baldessian to aid in the investigation. We understand you're having trouble circumventing the tower's defences. 'Tis our hope that we can be of some small assistance. If your attire is aught to go by, your assistance shall prove invaluable indeed. To begin with, let me tell you where we stand. Beyond rises Syrcus Tower, the principal spire of the structure collectively known as the Crystal Tower. The only way to get inside is through the proverbial front door, the imposing gate you see here. The problem is, we can't get it to open. It's sealed by some mechanism, whose workings are an utter mystery to us. Having had no success via orthodox methods, I went at it with everything from a pickaxe to a magitech cannon, nothing so much as a put a scratch on it. For a blessing, the gate doesn't try to reduce us to ashes like the 8 sentinels. That doesn't make it any less effective as a security measure. It's fiendishly frustrating in its simplicity. The only clue we have is the elaborate device carved upon it. A man and a woman, respectant. Allagan royalty, by my judgment. Precisely who these individuals were, we cannot say, nor do we know whether the device actually serves a purpose. Like as not, it is purely decorative. I think they know what they're doing. They're going to open it, aren't they? If you're thinking to force it, save your strength. It's no use. Just ask the calluses on my hands. Rest assured, we do not mean to waste our strength. Indeed, why should we exert ourselves when the gates will open of its own accord? Well, ruddy Nara. They've done it. His face. I don't think any of us expected that to happen. 7 L's. What is this? What did you do? What are you? Piercing the heavens and gathering the light, a symbol of mankind's glory and might. Its virtue guarded by gates impregnable, only to those of royal blood answerable. Exactly as passed down through legend, I'm delighted to see. Beg pardons for interrupting your bewilderment. I couldn't help but notice the remarkable playthings you have acquired. Nero, you're still alive? Garland. If I didn't know better, I would say you weren't happy to see me. Ah, but I jest. In light of our recent meetings, you have every right to be wary. But rest assured, I am no longer a threat to you. My legion is, for all intents and purposes, defunct, and my association with it means a tight noose awaits me back in Garlemald. And so I've been roaming this land Eorzea, a regular itinerant. In the course of my wanderings, I chanced to catch wind of your latest venture. It sounded positively fascinating, and so I decided to come here and join you. After the wrongs you've committed, you think us that gullible? If you are suspicious of my intent, it's only my just deserts. But I am determined to make amends. As a gesture of goodwill, I will share with you what I know, starting with these 2 odd characters. As you are doubtless already aware, the Crystal Tower was a symbol of ancient Alleg's might and prosperity. Entry was permitted only to royalty and a select few individuals. According to the records I have unearthed, only royal blood can open the gate. In other words, the Emperor and his progeny were living keys. You mean to say that these 2 are descended from Allegan royalty? Oh, I suggest nothing so glamorous. To put it plain, they are imitations of royalty. Living keys born of Allegan ingenuity. Clones, I believe, is the name your creators gave your kind. Is that not so? It would seem that the time for concealment is past. Pray accept our apologies. 'Twas not our intent to deceive. We simply wish to avoid causing undue alarm by prematurely making what many would consider deranged claims. If it please you, let us return to the 8 sentinels. There is much more to tell. Very well. Is Nero coming with us? 7Ls. Do you seriously mean to follow us around? Come, Garland. You knew me better than that to think that I spoke in jest. What more will take it for us to be reconciled? A gift, perhaps? An elegant tombstone. It holds the information I just shared with you. And a deal more besides. It used to be the jealousy guarded property of the 14th Legion. But it is yours now. I wish you joy of it. I look forward to working together, old friend. I like him. He's funny. He's a funny old character. Right, I think this might be like a very, very long scene, so I'm going to leave the video there, because hopefully we can talk to him and then do the Syrcus Tower in the next video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to travel, as I do, over to Mordona. So yeah, again, I appreciate you listening to me go on again at the start of this video. There's just something that I like to get out, so I appreciate everybody sticking by me while I had my moment. So thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.